Good evening, everyone. The Novak news. Why DY? Why would you want to live in DY? We're going to run through that. The facts, the feelings, and the figures coming up.
Ladies, gentlemen, it's a special occasion. Dream Team's back in action. Glenn, you and I, we haven't been on the big screen for a while, but the people demanded it, and we have to deliver.
And it has to be a big screen, too, to get us on. The heavyweights of DY real estate. We're down on DY Beach tonight. We've put our thongs up, and we're going to talk about everything in DY. I'll be asking Steph some questions. Due to my German background, we ask the questions and you give the answers. But first, let's start off with some facts on DY, Steph.
Yes.
What can you tell us about DY? This is our
core suburb. Yeah. We're here in DY. A lot of people think DY is absolutely flooded with real estate, but you'd be surprised to hear, well, maybe not. We're sitting under 11,000 dwellings throughout this entire suburb. And of that, 2,000 are roughly houses, 9,000 roughly apartments through the suburb.
The average suburb on the northern beaches, it's around 11,000 properties in DY. It's probably 1,800 to 2,500.
Yeah.
So Cromer, Beacon Hill and Lambie, you'd have about 2,500 homes there. DY has always been pretty densely populated, and it's been earmarked as a region on the northern beaches where we can have some even higher density.
Yeah.
But what do properties sell for in DY?
Yeah, so good question. Median house price right now for the suburb, 2.623 million. So a house in DY, that's the median price, say around 2.6 million. An apartment just hitting north of the $1 million mark as a median price for apartments in DY.
What's really interesting about that median price in DY, in the office in 1 week, we sold a 1-bedroom for $485,000, and
same week
a 3-bedroom for $2.8 million. So great variety of properties, something for everyone, something at every price range.
Yeah, I think that's a really good thing to talk about.
And I think that makes DY sort of the suburb on the beaches, depending on your budget, depending what you're looking for, you'll probably find it.
Yeah.
You'll probably find it.
Yeah. And I think we'll probably talk about it soon, but DY's got a lot on offer when it comes to every single price point and every type of dwelling in the residential market. There's a mixture of commercial real estate here. There's offices, retail, obviously the food outlets. And then you've got the beachfront, which is absolutely amazing, restaurant strip, lifestyle strip, a lot on offer for a suburb, on the northern beaches.
All with density comes amenities. Yes. So Beeline bus runs like a train.
Guys, just needed a quick tea break.
Quick commercial break. So we're back. DY has everything. Beeline bus runs like a train every 5 minutes.
Yep.
From about 4 stops till you get to Mossman.
Yep.
Fantastic. Coles, Audi, Coles, Woolworths.
Yep.
Servicing 22,000 people. I'm an investor, Steph. What's the average rent? The average dwelling in DY would be 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car. And what would the average rent be for that property?
I don't have it in front of me, so I'm just gonna use it off experience. But a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car, 60s build through to kind of that late 1970s build. When you're looking, it's a red brick, cream brick, brown brick, white brick, those types of apartments. Then our leasing kind of at the low end $700 a week, but more around that kind of mid $750 per week the rental return. Then you shoot up to a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Apartment, and you'll see rents jump to anywhere from $800 to $850, and then of course north if you're getting views and things like that. Houses, look, it's hard to say, but you can't find a home under $1,000. They're probably $1,300 a week now.
And with those sorts of properties, look, we'd be averaging probably 3.8 to maybe even 4% rental return.
Yes.
The smaller the fish, the sweeter. So the little one that sold for 485 would stamp probably 500. We'd rent that out almost for 25,000 per annum.
That's not a bad return.
So pretty good return on that one. Now, DY was always a suburb with apartments in it.
Yes.
For if you were starting out on slowing down. But what trends are we seeing? Who's moving to DY, Steph?
So again, with such a broad spectrum of price points throughout the suburbs, let's look at who is in here. Obviously, it's been quite a strong investment market because there is such volume. It represents significantly better buying than other suburbs just due to the supply-demand conflict always at play when buying and selling real estate. But there's a mixture. We've even seen a whole lot of downsizers starting to come into the market, which we probably didn't see about 10 years ago. And they're coming from more affluent suburbs. They're selling the home for, $3, $4, $5 million, coming down, buying something nice by the beach. But it really caters for everyone. First home buyers, investors, growing families. We were talking about it. We're seeing more and more families. Obviously, as real estate's gone up in price coming into these apartments, and that's kind of the new family home.
Well, when you see that the average price for a home in DY is 2.6 million, families that want to live in DY or want to live close to the beach, they're toying with the idea of buying a big apartment, either a 3-bedroom apartment, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms that they can probably get for under that $2 million, or a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, which will trade anywhere from about 1.2 up to 2 million. So people are making those choices. Retirees, because of all the services and facilities in DY, proving very, very popular. And also over the past decade, we've seen a lot of 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 2 cars and 1 car apartments built, which are perfect for downsizers who think, hey, I need an extra bedroom sometimes. We've come from a house with more than 1 bathroom. We can't go back to 1 bathroom, even though it's just the 2 of us, and they're buying in the area. And they're probably the group of buyers that don't have any conditions from the bank. So they're buying with cash. They're buying what they want. And if they have to pay a little bit more, they're pretty happy to
do so.
Use some of that money they made holding their family home for 20, 25 years. So that's proving a pretty strong competition for people that want to jump from a 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom into a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, a bit bigger. They're proving a bit of competition for them as well. So it has changed.